First, your local news.
A family grieves over the loss of a young life. Tonight, a 10-month-old is dead, a Hartford man under arrest. And we're getting new information tonight on this tragic story, the death of a 10-month-old.
News since 6, police have now arrested the mother's boyfriend on assault charges, as well as reckless endangerment. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Len Bestoff has the latest.
No family should have to go through looking at the body of a 10-month-old relative at the state medical examiner's office. This one did. Alex Daniels' mother and her boyfriend brought the infant to the St. Francis emergency room. Unresponsive. Doctors pronounced him dead soon after. Grandfather Albert Daniels and the boy's great-aunt Audrey Daniels believe they know the reason.
His hair, his leg down, both sides.
Bruises?
Bruises, like fresh bruises.
He got bruises all around with a diaper set. I mean, he got bruises.
He beat my baby to death, man.
Alex's family blames his mother's boyfriend, whom they identify as 26-year-old Lee Edwards of Hartford. They say mother, baby, and boyfriend all lived at this Hartford apartment complex the past 2 months against their wishes. They fault the mother, Ashante Daniels, for letting this happen. They didn't want us to speak with her. Hartford police seem to agree with the family's hunch. They arrested Lee Edwards on 3 separate charges. He's being held on $1 million bond.
It's not enough. Just let me have him for a minute.
The family believes the state DCF could have prevented this. They also say as soon as Alex's mother moved in with Edwards, he molested her other child, a little girl. Another family member took her out of the Hartford apartment while the state investigated. Relatives say they called DCF more than 30 times since then, concerned about Alex's welfare.
All they had to do was go over there. But I guess paperwork and red tape got in the way.
Now, we may learn more about this case tomorrow after the medical examiner performs an autopsy. The DCF would not comment on the case specifically. It says, though, that whenever it gets a report that meets the definition of abuse or neglect, they will conduct an investigation.
We're just receiving word of some breaking news in downtown Hartford right now. Police are combing the area around Union Station. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Len Bestoff is there and joins us on the Eyewitness News telephone. Len, what's going on?
Hey, Dennis, a very serious situation here that does have a happy ending. It just happened a few moments ago. Here's what the police are telling us. Sergeant Daly with the Hartford PD says just a little while ago, there was an attempted abduction here at Union Station on the bus terminal side. Here's what we understand happened. A woman and a child were on a bus. Somehow another woman got on that bus, and then the woman tried to take the child away. It was quick thinking by some people over at the Peter Pan bus station area in Union Station that saw this all going down. They detained the woman who was doing this, trying to take this little boy away. It was a 3-year-old boy, from what we understand. That suspect has been taken into custody without incident and has been charged with kidnapping in the 2nd-degree robbery in the 3rd and risk of injury to a minor. Right now, we're not getting names or many other details besides that, except officers are telling us this was a very close call and was only the quick thinking of the Peter Pan bus line attendants here that saved this from becoming a child abduction. We're live down at Union Station in Hartford. Len Bestoff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Moving on to Waterbury now, where Eyewitness News covered a fast-moving fire tonight. And right now, investigators are looking into whether somebody set that blaze where more than a dozen people live. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kim Fettig is live with our mobile newsroom in the Brass City with a story you'll see only on Channel 3. Kim?
Dennis, right now the gas company is here. You can see them right here behind me. They're here to shut off the gas. But literally just a few minutes ago, the fire marshal pulled away. They were right here at this house. They've been here for about 5 hours. And while they will not use the word suspicious, a firefighter on the scene did say that there's a possibility that they found gasoline inside of the house. Now, while there's questions about how this fire started, there are also many questions for the people who called this place home. On the street, some people are barefoot, others in blankets. The tenants of 34 Mitchell Street stand in the flashing emergency lights, confused, trying to figure out what sent them running from this house.
I heard something that exploded.
Everything down in the basement exploded.
There was like a roaring sound, like the furnace. And then from the basement, there was just flames coming up.
Yeah.
All of them describing exactly what firefighters found. A fire starting somewhere in the basement and quickly spreading. Now the fire marshal may have discovered some kind of accelerant.
I could smell like propane smell.
I'm just glad that I got my life and I got out of there.
13 people pack into this house with 2 bathrooms, many of them renting by the week or the month. Now more than half of these people are heading to an area shelter with nowhere else to go. What are you going to do now, Maribel?
I don't have no idea.
I don't have nothing, you know. I lost everything. I mean, I'm glad to have my health and strength, but all my clothes and my TV and stuff, I mean, all that is messed up.
Right now you are looking at live pictures of the gas company working out here now that the fire marshal has left. We're told that the landlord here actually has an office next door to the house, but so far we've been unable to contact him tonight, and he was not here at the scene of the fire. We're live in Waterbury. I'm Kim Fettig, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
In Trumbull tonight, fire forced a family from their home, and something many of us use every day is behind the smoky blaze. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Randy Myro is joining us live in Trumbull right now with the latest and what you can do to avoid becoming a victim. Randy?
Well, it is quiet here right now, but earlier this evening, about 18 firefighters from the Long Hill Fire Department here in Trumbull responded to a home. The culprit, the clothes dryer. Now, it caught on fire and caused smoke to spread throughout the house. Firefighters got it under control within about 20 minutes, but say it definitely could have spread. No one inside was injured, and good news, a bird inside the house was rescued. Fire officials say buildup in the lint tray contributed to this fire, which is one of the major causes of house fires. We're going to show you some statistics now. According to the National Fire Protection Association, an estimated 15,000 fires in the United States begin in clothes dryers. Now, these fires cause about $75 million worth of damage. One of the main reasons for dryer fires is because of lint filter buildup. And 3 out of every 10 dryer fires start because dryers were not cleaned out properly, which firefighters stress. So what can you do to prevent a fire in your home? Fire officials suggest many things, among them the top 3, cleaning the lint trap often. Do not vent the dryer into the attic or a crawl space, vent only to the outside, and don't place a nylon stocking or bug screen over the vent hood or other openings. Now, there is no estimate yet on the damage caused at this fire here in Trumbull from the clothes dryer, but fire officials are hoping that people out there will take what happened here in Trumbull and apply it to their homes and take good care of their clothing dryers. We're live in Trumbull. I'm Randy Myro, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And we have more breaking news right now. There's a fire in a commercial dryer at the Sheraton Hotel in Windsor Locks, the hotel right there on the airport. It appears the fire is contained to a loading dock area. The Sheraton Hotel guests have been evacuated. Fire officials tell us the fire is out, and firefighters are checking the building just to be safe, but they expect to let the guests back in shortly.
And of course, we're watching all these breaking news stories for new developments. We'll bring them to you as soon as we get them. Also tonight, a close call for a Plainville woman after a drunk driver turned her home into a drive-in. Take a look at this video Eyewitness News got this afternoon. Just before 4 o'clock, Linda Young was sitting in this car when a drunk driver crossed her neighbor's lawn, hit her car, and then hit the house. Young's husband tells Eyewitness News she's not hurt, only shaken up. One neighbor spoke with her right after it happened.
She said that she was sitting at the table and heard a loud bang, and then all the glass started crashing in, and luckily nobody was hurt.
Police say the driver, 41-year-old Joseph Morgan, lives a few houses down from the Youngs. He was arrested and released on bail.
Tonight, the FAA is investigating the crash landing of a small helicopter in New Canaan earlier today. The chopper came down in some trees in the driveway of a home on White Oak Shade Road. The pilot and a passenger were treated and released from Norwalk Hospital. Police say the two were taking pictures of local properties. Just what caused that crash is not yet known.
More than a dozen break-ins just this week in 2 New Haven neighborhoods have police putting drivers on alert. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Pei-sze tonight on where the thieves are targeting and what's being done to stop them.
Stephen Lark has lived in the East Rock section of New Haven for a few years, and he says he's never felt unsafe.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. I mean, obviously I'm going to lock my car and be a little bit more. I'd probably set the alarm where I don't usually do that.
Hit with the news of 8 car break-ins happening in less than a week's time, mostly on Mechanic and Nickel Street, he's learning to be more careful about what he leaves in his car.
I do leave change in the car, yeah, and that's probably a mistake.
Eyewitness News discovered that Stephen is not alone. Many parked cars we saw had many things in plain sight, from newspapers to CDs to car radios, all reasons for someone to break into your car. And police say it's happening in other parts of the city, like here in Worcester Square. Jackie and Steve Fritzinger are lucky to have an off-street parking space, but they know people who park on the streets and the consequences that follow.
And another resident, her daughter was visiting, and her car was parked right in front of our building, and Christmas presents were in there, and that's what they took.
And that's why police are putting neighbors on alert. They are urging drivers not to leave anything out in their cars and to be vigilant.
Normally set the alarm and just lock the car up and that's it. And leave nothing on the seats, just typical, city precautions.
According to New Haven police, these break-ins are occurring mostly during the overnight hours, so they suggest parking in as well lit of an area as possible. In New Haven, Pei-sze, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A celestial show is going on as we speak, a total lunar eclipse. Channel 3 Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Bruce DePrest is among those gazing skyward. He's back inside Broadcast House now with details. Bruce.
Dennis, this has been a really cool show for many residents in Connecticut, with the clouds parting over Hartford just as the partial eclipse began. Now, if it's cloudy at your house, you're not going to miss out. Let's take a live look at this lunar eclipse, and the moon is just about gone. This is a live shot. And the moon is going to disappear very, very shortly, and we're not going to see much of it again in, for about the next hour or so after midnight. Now, earlier this evening over Hartford, we captured the eclipse just as it was beginning, a partial eclipse getting underway at 10:03, and this was about an hour ago when we saw more of the moon. Now that moon is just about gone.